Hello, everybody. Hank Jr. back here at Freedom Jam, and I am here with a very special guest. This is now the third state I've gotten to see her in. She's been on The Voice, but more importantly, she was my 50th episode on Hank's Corner. Please welcome Audra McLaughlin. Audra, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, so this is your first time at Freedom Jam,
It
correct?
sure is. It's my first time, and it's such an honor. I've always loved to be a part of any veteran organizations, and this is a very special one. So I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, and so what's your connection to veterans?
So my grandfather, he was a veteran. He was a World War II veteran, and I grew up singing with him. He basically was the one that got me into music my entire life. He kind of helped me get out of my shell a little bit as a kid, and so I've always just honored his memory through helping other veterans any way that I can possible. So yeah, it's a cause very special to my heart.
That's awesome. I'm glad you got a chance to get up here, and you rocked it on stage up there.
Thanks. I was so nervous.
So we did for the viewers get to show them Drinking with Lonely up there, and you did rock out on that one. And you talked a little bit about overcoming a little rough patch in your life. You want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. Yeah. So I've dealt with like a lot of anxiety and depression and stuff like that through the years, and so I'm such a big advocate for mental health. I really am, because I think for so long, we just spend beating ourselves up and trying any way possible to sort of forget about whatever it is that we're going through. And so I think I did that for a lot of years, and now I'm, just kind of working through it, and it's been a learning. I feel like I've been learning a lot about myself through this journey. And, like I said, everybody out there is struggling with something, no matter what it is.
Yeah, and I appreciate you, talking about it, because the viewers know that on many occasions I've talked about mental health and taking care of it, because not everybody's speaking about it yet. I mean, it's a lot more prevalent, but I definitely want to make sure I get it out there. But not only that, you alluded up on stage that you got a song that's going to be coming out dealing with that.
I do, yeah. So I've got a song coming out called "Hate Being Me," and it's such a special song to me, because when I went in that writing room that day with my friend Keith Salas, I was just kind of in that headspace of like not feeling good enough, because I think as a woman, especially not only as a woman in this industry, but as a woman, and we're just so hard on ourselves, I think we're like our own worst enemy, is what I always say, is like we're a lot meaner to ourselves than we are to other people. And I kind of went in the mood that that day feeling that way. I was like, wow, I was like, I think we got a song that we got to write, and I just said, man, I hate being a woman, and Pete said something like, oh, that's a good title, hate me, or hate me, and I was like, perfect, let's write that today. And I just knew it was like a God thing when I came out of that room that day. I just had this like warm feeling about that song, and I just hope that it helps others with their journey, and yeah. So I hope.
Do we have a release date for it?
So I'm thinking that around January is what I'm looking at, because I've got a couple other releases that are coming out before that to sort of like lead up to that song. So once I get the date, and once I find out more about that, I'll be sure to let you guys know. And like I said, I have a lot of projects coming up that actually is for mental health. I'm working with a guy named Tony Luke out of Philadelphia, and we're going to be doing a very, very special song for mental health. He had lost his son a couple years back, and so he wrote a song for his son, and he has asked me to do a version of it, and we're so excited to do that, and I can't wait to tell you guys more about that once I'm allowed to. So keep in tune. Tune in.
Yeah, and you know that you can always tune into my New Music Friday post. We'll make sure that Audra's front and center up there. We always do. And, besides coming to see you, there's a lot of great artists here. Taylor just got off the stage. She just killed it. Was there anybody in particular? You've seen Taylor a bunch of times, but was there anybody in particular you were looking to see especially?
I love Taylor. She's an amazing artist, incredible friend. She's always been there for me, and she's just amazing. So I love Tay. I can't remember the guy. I can't remember like anybody's name. So I'm like, unless I've like known you for a long time, I know that sounds horrible. But there was a gentleman that went like first, and he hit this high note. Can you remember his name for me?
Yes, it's
When I look.
yeah. Let me get that for you real quick too, because he's somebody that I've not had heard of. And he was out there. He goes by Cold Blue Steel.
Oh my gosh!
And
amazing.
he did open it up with a
Yeah.
great song. I mean, he got the place rocking right off
He
the bat.
really did, and it was incredible. And then he hit this high note that was like a falsetto, and I'm like such a big fan of falsetto notes because I've always like grown up listening to Mariah Carey and like all the big vocal singers. So I was like, oh my goodness, the guy hit that note. That was so cool.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
And
But
see, these are all the things that you're missing if you're not here at Freedom Jam. And if you can't be here this year, you can still donate. That's not a problem. But maybe you can come out next year. And but before we go, what's your prediction on the Birds?
ooh, well, we're 3-0 right now. So you guys know I love my football. I post about it all the time. There's no hiding my love for football. But us Philly fans, we don't like to talk too much about like, yeah, we're gonna win this or that because we're very superstitious fans.
That's true.
So I just say that I think they're gonna kick ass hopefully, and we've got a great QB, we've got a great team, and so I just hope for the best. The best team wins in the end, and that's all I can say. But I'll always be rooting for the Philadelphia Eagles all the way, and
yeah, always great to have another Eagles fan here on the podcast. But, Audra, it's great seeing you out there, and I'm glad that you got back on. And hopefully the next time I'm going to see you is in Florida.
Yes, that's me too. I want to be in sunny Florida. I grew up in Philadelphia my whole life, so the cold and the winters, and I want to be around the sunshine, and I need to get a little tan on here. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Well, thanks again, and keep tuning in because I'm going to keep going live out here. We've got more artists and more music and more charitable organizations. So stick tuned here on Hank's Corner.
Thank you so much.